Woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words migrate.
Why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice was not so bad. But words do migrate.
At all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu?
Well, that's ridiculous.
Why did one debate cause such a stir? Bill Maher, known for his unapologetic opinions, appeared on The View *, and it wasn't just another TV discussion, it was a showdown. He clashed with Sunny Hostin and her co-hosts over hot-button topics like Trump voters, wokeness, and accountability. But what made this moment stand out wasn't just the fiery exchange, it was how Maher's arguments cut through the noise and sparked a bigger conversation. Why do debates like these leave people talking for weeks? Let's dive into what happened and why it matters.
That in the first segment you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything, and I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
Yeah.
So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized, and so I was surprised to hear you use the term, because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
Sunny Hostin, with her sharp legal mind and progressive stance, wasn't about to let Bill Maher's criticism go unanswered. Add Joy Behar's unfiltered remarks and Whoopi Goldberg's attempts to keep control, and the stage was set for a fiery debate. Maher, armed with his signature humor and blunt critique, clashed with Hostin, who stood firm in defending her beliefs. But this wasn't just another panel discussion, it became a battleground of ideologies. Words like *woke* and *accountability* weren't just discussed, they were dissected. The real firestorm ignited with one explosive claim: Joy Behar compared MAGA hats to swastikas. It wasn't just provocative, it sparked outrage across the political spectrum. Critics accused her of trivializing Nazi atrocities and unfairly labeling millions of Americans. Maher didn't hold back, calling the comparison reckless and warning that it alienates rather than persuades.
It's just astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war is on. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv, a place that has your values.
Sunny Hostin backed Behar, insisting that Trump supporters must be held accountable. But Maher flipped the script, arguing that broad generalizations only deepen divisions and shut down real conversations. The tension in the studio was palpable, even the audience seemed unsure how to react. This wasn't just a debate about Trump, it was a bigger question about how America handles its differences. Could this fiery exchange lead to better understanding, or would it just widen the divide? Then came the turning point, the word *woke star. Hostin passionately defended its origins, reminding everyone that it once symbolized awareness of racial and social injustice. But Maher pushed back. Language evolves, he argued, and *woke* has come to represent something else, a brand of divisive, performative activism that alienates everyday Americans. He pointed to real-world consequences, like policies on defunding the police and cancel culture, warning that these ideas might resonate in progressive circles but can backfire in broader society.
Don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a joke. But,
Too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. I mean, you know, if I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
Hostin pushed back, arguing that raising awareness of injustice can't be a bad thing. Maher agreed in principle but warned that the left's obsession with language and ideological purity was giving Trump and his supporters easy ammunition. The tension in the room was growing, and the conversation was about to take another sharp turn, this time directly addressing Trump voters. The debate hit a boiling point when Joy Behar insisted that Trump supporters should be held accountable for his actions, calling their support a moral failure. But Maher pushed back. He challenged the idea that millions of people could be reduced to a single negative stereotype. Many Trump voters, he argued, are driven by economic struggles, frustration with the political system, or feeling ignored by progressive elites, not hatred or bigotry. Demonizing them, he warned, wouldn't change minds, it would only deepen divisions. Hostin stood by Behar's stance, while Sarah Haynes took a more measured approach, suggesting that the left should try to understand why people support Trump rather than condemning them outright. But Maher's sharp critique, that the left has failed to connect with everyday Americans, made it clear this debate wasn't just about Trump. It was about how to heal a fractured nation. Then, the discussion shifted to the Israel-Hamas conflict, and tensions took on a different tone. Maher didn't hold back, strongly criticizing protests that, in his view, appeared to support Hamas, a group he labeled a terrorist organization. He framed the conflict as a war for survival, emphasizing that groups like Hamas must be destroyed.
Women have no, I mean, this is a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. I mean, there is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from sexual violence, freedom from sexual harassment.
The LGBTQ community as well.
Yes. That too. But you throw around the term apartheid. There is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world, where women are second-class citizens at best.
Sunny Hostin pushed back, raising concerns about the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, emphasizing the innocent lives lost, especially women and children. Maher acknowledged the tragedy but stood firm, arguing that Hamas's aggression left Israel with no choice but to defend itself. The exchange became a defining moment, with Maher's bluntness drawing both applause and criticism. Meanwhile, Hostin's emotional plea underscored the complexity of the issue. By the end of the segment, it was clear, this debate wasn't just about Israel or Gaza. It was about how we navigate the grey areas in global conflicts. Maher didn't stop at politics. He went after what he calls America's mean girls culture. To him, the country has become obsessed with punishing anyone who says the wrong thing. Cancel culture, he argued, is no longer about accountability, it's about silencing dissent. He warned that the left's fixation on ideological purity isn't just alienating moderates, it's also giving Trump supporters their strongest talking points. He pointed to policies that feel out of touch with everyday Americans, arguing that this approach is pushing people away rather than bringing them in.
Question.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So how can we do that with a ceasefire?
All right. So Hamas needs to be destroyed because they are a terrorist organization who say openly that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people, on the state of Israel. That's what from the river to the sea means, okay? And they say it very openly. They said, we did this attack. They've attacked Israel 5 times. They've started 5 wars since they were given that land back. They could have chosen to turn that place into any place they wanted to, and they took a lot of money that they took from the international community, and they spent it on bombs and guns and building tunnels. So if they need to be destroyed, how do we do that? It's a war. I don't know how to do that, and you don't know how to do that. I assume the Israeli... Of course, everybody is, but that's what happens in a war. Here's a way to stop that. Stop attacking Israel.